Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. It's 6:06. It's Thursday, the first day of December 2016, 56 degrees. Getting all the way down to 55 today. WOBM AM 1160, 1310 News Talk Radio. Streaming live on the Radio Pup app. And WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. We are now joined in studio by Gary Morrison. And Gary, you know, it's so difficult. So I like to usually say Gary Morrison from blah, blah, blah. But I can't even say that because you're a man of many hats now. Man of many hats. So let's review. Let's go through the first two hats again.
Okay. So
right.
Yeah.
So the full time we know we're getting a paycheck gig. Right. That's where.
That's at Erner Barry, local company, Toms River. Basically, printing and mailing is what we're known for in the local area. But the main part of the business is commodity price reporting.
Right.
So major retailers, food service, things like that, restaurants come to us for our research.
Right.
And our price reporting services on different commodities: beef, pork, lamb, veal, chicken, turkey. Which
is different, by the way. You know, that's a different kind of business too. Because I thought Erner Barry did like printing and then you're like, wait, no, they really do.
Yeah. So the roots of the company date back to the original price reporting, but back in 1858 when it was formed,
right,
they needed to get the publications out to their subscribers. So printing press was the only thing. So as the company evolved and we have more of an electronic marketplace, we were stuck with all these printing presses, and the natural offshoot was to become a printing company for local businesses. Right.
It's kind of like a mini Bloomberg story going on there
exactly.
on some levels. Okay, so that's the full-time gig, and you've done a good job now giving them their plug, right? So there you go, because that's like, that's good. All right, now in your spare time, and let's okay, you're married.
I am.
How many kids? Two. How old?
22 and 3.
22
years old.
22 years old.
And 3 years old.
Right. So that's the normal span, by the way. 19
Mostly
years.
People wait, 18, 19
That's about right. You're like, so 22. But you have a 3-year-old at home. The 22-year-old, I'm sure you have less work. It's a little less work. More expensive, less work.
Less work.
Right, got it. Okay. So 3-year-old at home. And so then you're like, you know what? I got a couple hours left. And so you did what?
So we opened a gym down at CrossFit Toms River. Downtown.
CrossFit Toms River. So
and then been here before for that.
Yeah, so you were in here before, and we did CrossFit Toms River, and we talked at length about that, and that was so after work you go there, before work. Yeah. So but okay, so that's a lot of work, right? That's a lot of extra time.
A lot of extra time, a lot of hours.
But you kind of rationalized it by saying, hey, you know what? Listen, I'm a gym guy. I like to go to the gym, right? This was just like this is natural for me. No big deal, right? Okay, good. So now you're like, okay, full-time job, 3-year-old at home, and then, got this other business emerging, growing CrossFit business. And you're like, let's do something else, right? So what's next?
So, we love downtown Toms River.
Yeah.
We want to see it flourish. So, we opened up a cafe called Cafe Enigma.
Gotcha.
Right on Main Street. It's pretty close to the gym. We wanted to provide downtown with some retail activity, hopefully,
right,
and have it continue to grow. There's not much retail out here. It's a lot of businesses, and it seems to shut down about 3:30, 4, 5 o'clock at night.
Good. So now so now there's a restaurant, and you have a partner.
Partners, correct.
Partners, right? And so how often are you? And you've only been open since Monday.
So Monday was our first official opening date.
Okay.
Starting out a little slow. We're gonna have a little bit of grand opening here in the next couple of weeks. We're talking to the downtown bid people, the mayor, things like that. So
okay.
Just wanted to make sure the kinks were getting worked out and everything was working correctly.
Absolutely. It's always about you always want to kind of soft open something and make sure you got it. And we're going to talk about something with relative to the show and a soft opening. We'll talk about that in coming days. So that's a little teaser for you. But so does your wife say to you, Garrett, do you love me? Has she ever said that to you?
Probably.
Does she ever say, why do you not want to spend time with me? Why are you avoiding? Like, why do you keep building new things and doing new ventures so that we cannot spend time together? Does she ever get self-conscious about that?
No, I don't think so.
Because as I recall, you got these things going on, right? And all doing. And by the way, listen, Erner Barry, fantastic local business, right? A real success story. Just moved into a new facility
in June.
Right, in June. So that was great. I was there actually for the groundbreaking originally, and so a great organization. Tom's River CrossFit is doing very well by all accounts. Right, I have no doubt that because of your guys' work ethic and how you guys mingle in the community, that this will be successful too. But she ever what is it, Gary? Where am I not enough? I mean, what's the story there? Come on, talk to us. It's just you and me talking, Gary. Nobody else.
Nobody else. I know. I just like to work hard. Try a couple things and see what happens.
All right, and then you probably sell her other thing like, babe, listen, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to work really hard for the next 10 or 15 years, and one day.
Yeah, you always throw the money thing out there.
Yeah, one day then we're going to be able to retire together and sail the world, and we'll be able to live on
a beach house or something like that.
Yeah, we're going to buy our own island, and it's going to be great. But we know, by the way, based on your work ethic, that's not going to happen because you'll never retire.
Exactly.
So, but I did want to also add that I think you have another activity that you do, right? Because you also still dabble in hockey.
I do.
Right, and you do these you travel with a hockey team, right?
I do. I still do that.
And when was the last getaway for that?
We do that twice a year. Atlantic City was the last one. Nashville was the previous one.
Okay.
Which was
because I know last time you were here, you were talking there was one coming up.
Yep. So we went to Nashville.
How was that?
Great city. First time there. Wish I knew about it previously.
You weren't aware of Nashville.
Well, I was aware of it.
Because that's been, I don't know about you, but I went through Tom's River schools, and I know that we had at some point alluded to the fact that there was a Tennessee and there was a Nashville.
Yeah, I think I got that kind of education, maybe in college, but I didn't know how much fun it was.
Got it. So you had a good time.
We had a good time.
All right, good. Was it I had Joe Leone in the other day from Joe Leone's, from Joe Leone's Italian specialties, and Joe is a journaler, right? He keeps a journal. Right, and so he writes down everything that happens throughout the day. Literally, he was sitting here, right? Zach, you can corroborate this story. He was sitting here writing down in his journal.
Yes, he was.
Right, and and he keeps little pictures and things like that, and he says, he goes back to it occasionally, reminds him of things, and whatever. And we were talking about. I said, you journal everything, and he said, well. There may be a trip to Vegas here or there that starts with, at a convention that starts with went to convention, had great meetings, had dinner, went to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to catalog the Nashville.
Right, exactly. Okay, that's where I was going with that. Okay, so Cafe Enigma. Let's go with that. Let's because that's really why we're here. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the menu. Like what am I going to find when I walk in?
So you're going to find a little bit of everything. It basically started out as a coffee house. So we partner with a local small batch roaster.
Okay.
Small batch, able to control the flavor, everything from soup to nuts. They import the beans. We go up there. We select what we want and what our customers want. We bring them back, grind them on site. So you're going to have the freshest coffee possible.
Really?
Right. Everything's ground fresh, made to order.
And not like Folgers or Maxwell House. This is like the goodness.
These are imported from all over the world.
Okay.
Every country where coffee would come from.
Right.
Indonesia.
Right.
Mexico, South America.
Juan Valdez ships straight to you.
Straight to our roaster.
Okay, gotcha.
And roast them, roast the beans, seal them tight, freshness.
Got it.
So that's where it kind of started out. Then we wanted to have a place where everyone could hang out, meet, and just have a good time. So we came up with this lounge type concept. And then we wanted to make things easy. So I heard you talking before when you drive through the drive-thru. You want something neat, easy, clean, right? So we came out with some healthy, delicious meals that are filling, that are easy to eat. Our main one is a meal in a box. Select brown rice or white rice and whatever kind of meatball you want. We got grandma's meatballs. We got buffalo chicken, turkey, pork, all made with organic GMO-free meat.
Really?
Yep.
And so it's theoretically it's good for you.
It's good
right?
for
you because it's not like full of preservatives and other garbage.
Correct. And it's made fresh there. We're not buying meatballs frozen or anything. We're actually making them there.
Wow. And that's right here in downtown Toms River.
Downtown Toms River, 216 Main Street.
Okay, now there's a couple key questions I have for you. First question. I don't have to work out first to go there, right? Like there's no like price of admission.
No. So you know what? The meatballs are just one thing.
Okay.
We have plenty of other things. Chili and soup made daily. We have protein shakes, but we also have desserts. We wanted the place again to hang out, to go with the coffee. Chocolate cake, cheesecake, all our bakers make everything fresh. So it's a little bit of everything, and that's why the name Cafe Enigma came about.
Gotcha. All right. So when we come back, Gary, listen, because there's a topic we're actually on the food topic today to a heavy extent,
exactly.
Right? So I got to get your take on the Big Mac when we get back. Can we do that?
We can.
Right. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, Gary Morrison, Cafe Enigma. Back after this.
Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin continues. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Whoa, my voice is all over the place here today. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin and Gary Morrison. We're talking about a Cafe Enigma, right, which is a cool name because it really kind of gives you full flexibility to do whatever the heck you want in there.
Exactly.
How much seating is there? How many folks can you sit in there?
So we have capacity for 25.
Okay.
Gave it a good vibe, lounge vibe, so it's really cool. We got to go in there. It's all couches and tables and very few sit down tables.
So it's more like a hangout kind of place.
More hangout, free Wi-Fi for the customers.
Is that what you're hoping to do? Like ultimately, like have some more like small kind of like gatherings there, like have like
exactly. That's kind of where we're heading.
Like have clubs meet there and
clubs,
things like
open mic nights, things like that.
Yeah, just to be cool, right? So if you had to ground and pound, how many folks could you fit in there if you had to?
I mean, legally.
Yeah,
legally 25.
Let's go with legally.
Yeah, legally 25.
Okay, illegally more, right? That's probably the answer. No,
we would never do anything to
of course
upset this town. It was hard enough getting open.
I understand. So how do you feel? Let me ask you, because you're a guy who's very active downtown, right? And certainly has a love and a concern for Toms River in general. What's your feeling? There's been a lot of talk over the years about liquor licenses, right, and downtown Toms River, right? I mean, if you were to ask me, the quickest way to change the vibe of a downtown area, it's to allow for some pubs.
Yeah,
right. How do you feel about that? I mean, do you think that's something that like for example, for your kind of spot, right? I know it's a little different because it's really like but it wouldn't be horrible if you had the ability to to offer a glass of wine or something like that. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I want the more business. Our mindset, my partners and I mindset is we want the more business to thrive down there, more retail.
Right.
You want people just coming down. If you have a good product and a good place, they're going to come in.
Right.
So why limit to having only one business down there?
Sure.
So we want everything. So yeah, going back to liquor license, I mean, there should be something. I mean, all these people around here paid an arm and a leg for it, so they're probably the ones fighting it.
Right.
But there are some cases where you can have it where you just serve maybe New Jersey based alcohol,
right,
or anything that you brew on site. So, I mean, these breweries are becoming more popular. Why not put one down here?
Right. Well, so there's actually talk about that. Have you heard that talk?
No.
So there's been talk relatively recently because the two volunteer fire companies, fire company number 1 and fire company number 2, which are relatively close to each other,
right,
are merging.
Okay.
Right. And so the talk is that the firehouse, like literally right next to here, there's a movement that would like that to be a microbrewery.
That would be a great thing.
Right, to have that turn into a microbrewery.
And it's probably a great space for it too.
Yes.
I mean, it would look awesome.
Yeah, because it's kind of set like that's kind of the natural. Natural progression there.
Or a bourbon brewery would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Now you're going to the next level here. But you're right. I mean, having even the ability to sell even sell from like Loretta or Rinduin, which is right around the way, just something to make it a little more fun. And you're also right. Look, the running price right now for a liquor license in Toms River is $750,000. Right. So if you have a spot that seats 25 or even 50 people or even 100 people for that matter, you're not going to buy a liquor license. You'll lose your shirt.
Between the liquor license, the build out, and everything else Toms River makes you do, you're in it for $2.5, $3 million before you even start. Right?
Perfect example is Capone's downtown, right, which is right near here, and they have a beautiful bar set up there. they couldn't afford it, right? But it's good to see. I love what you guys are doing, because bringing more activity downtown ultimately will kind of force the issue of having us to really kind of think out of the box and really kind of see how we can flesh it all out.
I guess all the stakeholders have to get on the same page. I mean, you have landlords that own buildings. You have the township that has their regulations and rules.
Right.
So they're conflicting a lot of times. So, we just want to bring people down here, start getting a vibe going, and maybe more and more businesses will join us. And then, we'll certainly have things going in the right direction.
Absolutely. All right. When we get back, we're going to have that Big Mac conversation, because I got to get you to weigh in here, right? Okay. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, Gary Morrison, Cafe Enigma, among so many other things, and hockey tonight at 10 o'clock, huh? Jeez, maniac. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, back after this.
The news never stops at WOBMAM.com. Get the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, News Talk Radio, WOBMAM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, 6:33 Thursday, December 1st, 56 degrees, getting up to down to 55 degrees. WOBMAM 1160, 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pop app at WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. We are joined by Gary Morrison. We are talking Cafe Enigma. Okay, so Gary, we have to talk about this. So the guy, 98 years old, right? He's the inventor of the Big Mac, right? And which yielded him a plaque. He gets a plaque. I mean, right? Can you imagine?
Maybe throw him some shares at McDonald's or something, right?
Like throw him something. Throw him a bone. Well, listen, he had 21 franchises. He probably wasn't hurting.
Exactly.
Right? He probably wasn't hurting. But so what's your feeling? Like you're an in shape guy. Like you're a workout guy. You're like. I don't imagine you're not really a fast food guy, right?
Nah, not typically.
Okay, so when you're like on the run, right? Because with your hectic schedule, right, between Erner Barry and the restaurant and the gym and the 3-year-old and the hockey, you have to be on the run sometimes. Right.
Yeah.
So put
some mileage on the car.
So what do you eat when you're like in the car and you're like, I got to eat something because I'm looking like one of those Snickers commercials.
So and I get really angry.
Yeah.
So one of my partners at the gym basically tells me to eat whenever I get angry. But I cook all my meals on Sunday and I'm always carrying Tupperwares of food.
Are you really?
I am.
Are you one of those guys?
I am.
And don't tell me you got a half gallon of water with you too, right?
Not that. But I do drink a lot of water.
Yeah. Is there always like hot sauce in the glove compartment?
Nah.
Okay.
I eat everything pretty much plain. You could set the clock to my meals.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're like cooking on Sundays. You're doing the whole thing.
I am.
Wow. Well, I guess that makes sense then that you're in the restaurant business now, right? Because that's how you roll.
Mm-hmm.
See, like I don't know what I would do if I drove for 15 minutes and didn't find a Wawa, right? I would have serious road rage, but then not for you.
Nah, I mean, I'll stop in there.
Yeah.
They got some good eggs.
That's not bad, right? I mean, that's a little fresher. Zach, you okay with Wawa?
Yeah, I like Wawa.
Yeah. There's something for everyone at Wawa.
I could go with the mac and cheese and the mashed potatoes.
That's right. I've seen you. Yeah, I've seen you do that because he's so at Cafe Enigma. Would there be something for Zach to eat because he's vegetarian?
So we do have a vegan option.
Ooh,
really?
Yeah. So eggplant meatballs.
Oh,
I like that.
And there's a kale salad with some things.
See,
wow.
I'm ready to go now.
Look at that, eggplant meatballs. Zach was just saying that yesterday in celebration of his 24th birthday. He had an eggplant parm sub. He's a big fan of the eggplant.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Which is, only second to the tofu in the world of vegetarians, right?
He loves the meatless burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, good. So there really is something for everyone.
There's something for everyone, and that's kind of what we wanted, so we can bring everyone down and hang out in downtown Times Square.
All right, that's cool. Do you guys have is there like a website? Is there a Facebook page? What do you got?
So we do have a Facebook and Instagram page up.
Okay.
Cafe Enigma, Tom's River for both. Website will be launched later today or tomorrow. So the final touches were getting put on last night at about 11 o'clock. I was approving some of that stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
In your spare time?
Yeah, that was kind of my free time last night between 11 and 11:30.
Yeah. Do you get like behind on emails?
I try not to.
Okay.
There's so many different ones.
Do you get a lot? I mean, you must have, because I know I have like literally like 12 email addresses that I'm trying to manage for the different things I'm involved in. You have it like that too, right?
Exactly.
Oh my God. My God, this is a very. Yeah, are you thinking that maybe?
I mean, listen. I mean, I could take over the show too. I mean,
yeah. Have you considered like yoga or something? Like where do you relax? You relax when you work out, right?
Correct.
That's your.
Yoga's too stressful for me. Just quiet and calm. That's not me.
When you're working out, do you have like the music going? Like this is like your Gary time. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha. All right, and the wife is good, right? I mean, it's not you're not.
As far as I haven't talked to her in like 2 weeks, so I think she's good.
So that keeps everything fresh, right? Because you're always working.
Keeps everything perfect.
That's right. So she's like, when you come home, she's like, oh, hey, it's like stranger, like it's great.
She's usually sleeping with the baby by then.
That's good. So you really do keep it.
I'm going to write a book about that. So keep marriages. Perfect.
You could be a marriage counselor too.
Just don't come home.
So Gary, I gave you a magic wand before, right? But I feel like we owe you another magic wand. I feel like, for a man with so many different things going on, I feel like you should have multiple wands. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give you another opportunity. It's in the budget, right? I don't have to give Sean Monahan, who's coming on next, our financial guru, a wand because he's on every 2 weeks, and that would just get, redundant.
I think this show made him move his office to Tom's River.
Yeah, probably. So talk to me. What are you doing? What are you gonna? What's your wish? What's your wish now that you have the restaurant open?
I mean, we touched on it. I want downtown Tom's River to be like Pier Village, to be like Asbury Park. I want it to be a vibrant, cool place for people to come and just have many options. I mean, that's what we're trying to bring down here. And we're hoping other people follow, and it brings customers, and it's successful for everyone.
That's great. Well, Gary, we need more people like you and your partner and your partners, right, who are continuing to invest. Listen, we had Tim McClune on last week, who has 12 restaurants in the area, and many people point to the revitalization of Asbury Park as a result of restaurateurs investing there and saying, "Hey, let's take a shot at this." And all of a sudden you had 3 or 4 or 5 great restaurants, and now people are coming, and now suddenly they're shopping, and now suddenly there's a bar scene, and now housing is popping up. And look, Asbury's got a long way to go, but there is the beginning of a resurgence. And so my hope is that Cafe Enigma, along with some of the other spots that are kind of popping up in downtown, will be part of that resurgence as well.
I agree. I mean, Long Branch did it. Asbury's doing it.
Right.
There's no reason downtown Tom's River shouldn't be.
Well, Long Branch was eminent domain. Let's be honest. Let's be kind of fair. They just took everybody's
we
land.
could do some of that on the water of
They took everybody's
Beechwood
land and said, "Here, we're going to create Pier Village now." That's a tough break for all you landowners here. But listen, Gary Morrison, thank you so much for coming in again. And hey, next time when you open your new thing, you come in again, okay?
I appreciate the opportunity.
That should be like 3 or 4 months.
Yep. Thanks for having me again.
All right.
It's always great to be here.
All right, cool. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Back with more after this.